7 Days to Die is a survival horror game. You are thrust into a world a while after the zombie apocalypse has begun. The world has gone to chaos, cityscapes have been burned to ashes, and humanity has been turned into zombies. Welcome to the Zompocalypse. This game is largely centered around crafting, hunting, foraging, and building a defensible shelter. Every night you want to be in some sort of shelter. I prefer underground, but you can choose shelter wherever you want. If you are above ground during the night, you will be mercilessly chased by running zombies that never run out of stamina while you do. It is a humongous open world filled with resources and terrors alike. The zombie dogs are the worst, and the bees are huge. If you feel really adventurous, go to a city and confront the dangers. You may be hugely rewarded, or you may die and have a really hard time getting back to your backpack that is left on the ground. This is D-Sniper with FPS-Tech. Can you survive more than 7 days in the zombie apocalypse? When you first start a game in 7 Days to Die, you will see this menu. You can either create a world, go into options, change everything that you want, or you can connect to a server and be in someone else's server that's already been set up for you. Me and my friends, we like to create a new game each time. Well, when we're starting out anyway. And then after we have the very first one up, we want to continue in that game. But say we're starting a new game. Type in whatever name you want. Say Tweety 4. It already starts out as Tweety something or other in the very beginning. We typically like to do random gen. That way the world's always different every single time you create a new one. And survival multiplayer. That way your friends can join in with you. So we have a bunch of different options. Difficulty settings, we usually leave it at Nomad, that way you're not getting murdered immediately. Also, percentage of night. You can change the amount of daytime, the length of the day between night and day, and then percentage of that time period that is night. We usually leave it on 35%, which our day lasts about 40 minutes. So saying that it is 15 minutes about for nighttime. And zombies run during the night, so you gotta be careful of that. You can change it so they don't, or you can change it so they always run. Enemy aggression. If you want zombies to constantly know where you are, all the time, day, night, doesn't matter, you can upgrade them to feral, and they will always know where you are. Persistent profiles will make it so your character profile stays how it is set up once you go through that. And then we have modded options. This one, you can change the amount of time that your 24-hour cycle is. So here it is, 40 minutes. Loot abundance, you can increase that so there's lots and lots of loot, or you can reduce it down so you have a lot harder of a time finding loot. And then the loot respawn time is basically how many days it takes for the loot to respawn without the player being there. And then drop on death, you can either have it drop only your backpack or your toolbox, belt, or everything. Or when you die, you can make it delete everything. Okay. I always leave it on backpack only, that way what's on my tool belt I get to use again. And then, of course, when you quit the game, every time, it saves where you're at. But you can set it so it drops nothing, or you can set it so it drops everything, which, I don't know, I think every single time you want to come back and play again, you wouldn't want that to be. Okay, and then you can also change the enemy memory. That's from when they see you to the time they don't see you, and then 30 seconds later, they'll forget where you went, supposedly. And then, enemy spawnings. This is how densely they will be spawned around the world. Craft timer, we can speed that up, slow it down. Loot timer, you can also, sometimes the scroll doesn't work on here. You can make them spawn. Now, the loot timer is how fast it takes to open loot. And the craft timer, that's speed of which it crafts. Okay. I always leave cheat mode off because we wouldn't use cheats. And airdrops, you can change the frequency of airdrops. It can be every day, every 3 days, every 5 days. No, every 7 days. There we go. And then you have settings for multiplayer. Since for people to join outside of your network with an internet game going, you would want it to be public. That way they can see it. And then you'd want to put a password on it so random people can't join it. Unless you want random people to join your game. And then they may screw it up. They may make it better. You never know. I like to password protect my server, and that way only my friends can join in. And then the claim, they spawn you in the world with a claim block. It'll take out 7 blocks around it that no one else can build in. It protects a 7x7 square area from sky down to bedrock. No one can build in that area. The claim only lasts 1 day when the player's offline. So, say a 24-hour period in real life, your claim will be gone, and anyone can build there again. You can make the claim duration longer. We always throw away our claim because we want our friends to be able to build in the same spot we're building. That's pretty much it for the settings in this game. So, as soon as you get all that set up, you are ready to play.